Good morning, guys. Welcome back. So, you know, in prepping, how you can kind of do some research, look at the things that are going on in the world and kind of get ahead of things like shortages. You know, you can see that they're having a bad olive production season in Italy and kind of go out and buy some extra olive oil. Things like that. You can kind of get ahead of it, stock up on some things to a certain extent. But there's one thing that you really can't get ahead of as far as prepping, and that's water. Keep listening. Yes, you can stockpile water. There's only so much life, though, that your stockpiled water has. It's not going to last forever. You can store up water 6-12 months. If it is the water that comes through your tap, it actually can store a little bit longer than bottled or treated water, just because it still has those minerals and stuff that help it last longer. I'm not sure of the science behind it. Anyway, you can only store up so much water, right? You can collect rainwater, and you can have your rainwater barrels, and you can do that for so long. What if the rain just stops falling? What if you run out of all your bottled water? You have your water filtration, but what if the rain stops falling? What if the rivers dry up? What if the streams dry up? It's not that far-fetched of an idea, because there are rivers, streams, water basins, reservoirs all over the world that are just drying up. The rain is just not falling. Now, here in Florida, the rain is falling. It won't stop falling, actually, but there are parts of the world, there are parts of the United States where the rain's just not falling and things are just drying up. The earth is drying up, the water reservoirs are drying up, and the water tables are just going down, down, down. Now, what prompted me to think of this today is that I always go through like my Google feed, which has news and weird events and stuff that are going on, just to see what's happening in the mainstream world. And there was an article about the in large Asian nation, the Yangtze River is drying up, and that is a huge river that flows through. That provides a lot of the nation with water, a large portion of the nation. Anyway, it's drying up. So what are they going to do about it? They're going to seed the clouds to produce more rain. They're going to send planes up into the clouds and drop off little particles of metals into the clouds to make them produce more rain. Do you remember when weather modification was like a conspiracy theory or a myth, and like nobody really does that? Obviously, a quick Google search will tell you that it's completely possible, and we have been doing it since Vietnam, actually, and probably before that. But people, nations all over the world do weather modification, cloud seeding. I think it was some Middle Eastern country recently in the last few months. There's some large article about them doing cloud seeding. Anyway, what this is going to do, yes, they're going to get rain over there, temporary rain. But it's kind of like the butterfly effect. They're going to get rain over here. It's going to cause drought over here. We cannot play God. We cannot mess with the weather. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't doubt that all the drought and flooding in some areas and this extreme weather has everything to do with us modifying the weather and thinking that we can play God, and not so much to do with global warming and greenhouse gases and all that. It's probably all our fault, to be honest, because we think that we are smarter and we're going to use science to fix things, but all we're doing is messing things up. Just like I said, the butterfly effect. They're going to get rain in this part of their country. The Yangtze River is going to fill up, and then they're going to have a drought in another part of the country, and then they're going to try to fix that, and it's just moving from one problem to another to another. Not only are we perpetuating a problem that we're trying to fix, But what in the world are we doing to our drinking water, to our river water, our lake water, by putting all these heavy metals into the clouds? There's all sorts of things. Silver iodide, or some sort of silver, aluminum, barium, strontium, it's all going up into the clouds. And when that rainwater falls, and it falls into our earth, our soil, it falls onto our plants, it falls into our rivers and lakes and streams, we will wind up consuming that. So in the short term, we're fixing the rain problem, we're fixing the drought problem, and then we're just causing ourselves even more long-term problems, and then blaming it on other things to give us a reason, or to give certain people a reason to push certain agendas to change our way of living. I guess where I'm going with this is, if you live in an area that is prone to drought, like the West Coast, and you're watching your water levels go down in the rivers and lakes and streams near you, and you're watching these mandates go into effect where you're not allowed to use your water, water your grass, it might be a good idea to consider getting out of those areas and moving to areas that have more water, that areas that rain more. I don't know. Eventually, we're going to possibly see water shortages, and that is crazy to think, because the earth is 70% water, right? Somewhere around there, 70% water, but most of it's salt water. Can't drink salt water. But I'm seriously considering getting a desalination unit. I don't know how much they cost. I think they're very pricey, very, very pricey. But if any of you know of a desalination unit that is affordable, I think I might want to invest in one, because I'm surrounded by salt water, and it might be a good idea for anybody who lives on or near a coast to look into that as well. I don't know how long it's going to take, with all this weather modifying that we're doing, before the rain just doesn't fall at all in some areas, or the lakes that used to be lakes are just dried up holes. I don't know how long it's going to take, but might want to be something that you're thinking about, because water is life, and you can only store up so much. And another thing, a lot of preppers will get the big Berkey gravity feed water purification systems, or the Alexa Pure like I have, and I think it's a great thing. They are high quality, they're amazing, they filter large amounts of water. I think it's great to have. But a lot of people just put it on the side, put it on a shelf, and they think that they're just going to save that for an emergency. Let me just tell you that we are already in a water emergency. The water that comes out of your tap, pardon my French, but it's crap. It's disgusting. It has all sorts of chemicals in it. It is not good to drink. On the My Patriot Supply website, if you look up the Alexa Pure water filtration system, there's a little link at the bottom where you can see what's in your tap water and what the county has done when they did the testing for your tap water. And it's bad. There's all sorts of stuff, but there are safe levels of all sorts of toxins that go into your drinking water. And with the forever chemicals that they're finding, the chemicals that basically never leave your body once you have them, PFOAs, I think there's another 4-letter thing for them, but these chemicals that are going into your body if you're drinking your tap water, that is an emergency, because over time these chemicals will kill you. They'll give you cancer, they'll make you sick. So why do you have your Alexa Pure or your big Berkey on a shelf? You should be using it every day for your drinking water, for your cooking water. That's my personal suggestion. Your tap water is crap. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Keep preparing. I'll see you in the next one.